Hello and welcome to another video. This is a follow-up to another video I did about 3 weeks ago. It was one I sort of tacked on to the end of Jupiter's video, and it's about reorganising my collection. So, as I mentioned, and I've been moving all my steelbooks into these slip covers. I'd taken quite a few off the shelf to take upstairs to put in the slip covers, but I so I was sort of easy to, rather than carry them up 2 flights of stairs and bring them back down, to do them down here. And obviously I've got ones all over the shelf. I was deciding how to put things back, and I did mention in the previous video I did on this that I had a number of different ideas. So one was to put stuff back as it was. One was to keep my Paramount titles next to Paramount steelbooks next to the normal Paramount titles. Another one was to keep sort of franchises together, such as I've got Marvel separate, but things like Fast and Furious, Bourne, and so on. And there's ones where there's not as many films in franchise, like Jumanji, but I've got a few steelbooks for, or It's. I've got a number of steelbooks for the original TV miniseries and the 2 films, and also even something like Superbad, I've got 2 steelbooks. So I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to do, but I think probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them sorted rather than my studio just by title. So all the A's will be on one shelf, B's on the shelf, C's on the shelf, so on and so forth. And I'm not necessarily going to put those in proper alphabetical order, so I'll just put all the A's together and all the B's. I'll probably, like the franchise ones, I won't keep separate, but like for the Bournes, I'll put on the B shelf, but I'll try and keep those together in order. And things like Superbad will have more than one steelbook, try and keep those together. Unless, obviously some of the Sony ones, I've got the Project Pop Art series, which I'm going to keep separate, like I am with the Mondos and the Destination series steelbooks, and some of the sort of ones like that I'll keep separate. But general ones, like most of those, I'll just put like Raid will go on the R shelf and so on and so forth. It's also good as well because sometimes you'll have a film released, like say Transporter, and Fox put out the first 2 films, but then I think Icon or someone else put out the 3rd film. Obviously don't have steelbook for the 3rd film yet. The one I'm going to get, but obviously with that, they'll be in different sections. So also I'm not going to split 4Ks, so 4Ks will just go on the shelf in general. But like Arrow I'll keep separate, and I've got a big pile of Arrows on the shelf, but I've got some excess ones there as well. These are the Project Pop Art ones, so I'm going to keep those all together. Keep things like BFI separate, TV shows. Not sure about animation. I do for normal releases, probably just put those on the shelves with the titles, apart from like DC or Marvel animated films, which will stay with the DC or Marvel films. Also things like future packs, the metal packs, the different sort of steelbooks, and the foreign, like the US ones or German ones, they'll just go with the normal ones as well. Again, like things like this, the Universal Monster horror films, keep those together. Some of them are part of that range they did. Whoever did the art, Alex Ross, but then there are some of the ones which aren't that artwork, but so I might keep those of those, although not part of that range, so they could go separate, but I'm not sure yet. And I thought, like, for instance, Fast and Furious, I'll try and keep all those stay together in the F's in order. So it will probably make things harder to find. No, so you got uniformity there with all the Studio Canal titles. Although sometimes you can see the logo's a bit lower, so they're not all the same height. And so obviously you lose that. But I think the reason I decided that was the best method was because it's just easy to put stuff away. So, for instance, bring down, I don't know, so I'll take up Public Enemies to watch, rather than trying to think, okay, I need to either put it under Universal or under P's and try and put that where it goes. I can just put it at the end. Obviously, unless it's part of a range, I'll keep it separate, but then I can easily put it back to where it came from. But when I get a new one, I can then just shove it at the end. Unless it's, again, for instance, Fast and Furious 4K steelbooks come out, but they do Fast and Furious 2 4K, then I'll have to put that with the other ones. For instance, I've got those ones, Fast and Furious with numbers on the side, but there's other steelbooks they do as well. So yeah, it'd be a lot easier to put stuff away, and then things with these, if I get any more of these Project Pop Art ones, there's still a few I haven't got, not UK ones obviously, or Destination Series, I can just go in that section. That obviously those kind of got they've got numbered releases, but although they're not numbered on the thing, so it really didn't matter where all those go in. I might put those in alphabetical order, and same with those as well, because there's not too many. Things like how they look, technically it's a Marvel film, but I'm keen with 101 Films release, although there's a 4K steelbook coming out from Universal, so that will go in the Marvel section. And I could put that with it as well, but I kind of want to keep those separate. So it doesn't mean taking all this stuff off, and obviously sorting things into piles and putting stuff back. But I say I sort of work it out easier. So I have to find some of the ones and know, A shelf, bottom A shelf or B shelf. The only thing is I don't know how much room I'll need. So I might not have a lot of A's or B's, but I might have a lot of C's. So do I leave a whole shelf just for A's, or if I only use like half the back, then do I start B's in front or straight after? Because I can easily move batch of the B's from the end of the A's and put them at the end, put some more A's in if I want to. So I don't want to obviously leave more space than I need and not have enough shelf space. But then I don't want to find I haven't got enough space on a shelf and then having to start moving everything else down. So I sort of want to have enough space for what I've got, but also sort of future-proof. So I've got space in the future, but without leaving too much empty space. So I'm using these two bookcases here, zoom out a bit, for steel books. I'm not using this for steel books, but I may possibly, but then I'll have to move these. So I did start putting down there 20th Century Fox holes in order, and then I've got ones there which I haven't got room for, so after that on the bottom. And then I was putting Paramount on here, but I ran out of room. I could have probably gone the shelf below, but then I have to empty that shelf off. So I think it probably was a nice idea to have all like Paramount together and Warner Brothers and stuff, but I don't think it's 100% practical. So I will go back to keeping all sub books together in one place, but obviously doing what I said. I mean, I probably could work out in advance how many titles I've got for each letter and work out how much space I'll need. But I think I'll just sort of, I've got a rough idea of, obviously U's I haven't got as many for, or X's and things like that. So I might have like U's, VW's, X's and Y's on, says on one shelf, possibly. Yes, I'll say make things easier to put away. In terms of finding things, I'll have to look through, but I know it's on the if it's on the A shelf, I know it's on the A shelf, so I'll just look through them all and I'll find it. obviously, the moment in alphabetical order, I can go, oh yeah, that's first one there is G, so anything before G or or are the rest of the G's or F's or whatever are all behind. Obviously, I won't have that thing apart from these ones. In terms of Marvel films, I've got them in alphabetical order. I mean, I could put them in order of release. Then obviously new ones come out, I can just put them at the end. But then the X-Men ones coming out in 4K, so I'd have to slot them in. They'd be further back, and I'd have to slot them in. And then I'd have X-Men films in between the Marvel Cinematic Universe films, which is not a problem, but I'd rather keep them together. Although there are other ones, like Hulk's in there, which is not, the Ang Lee film it's not a Marvel Cinematic Universe film, but it's in there because it's under H. Yeah, so I'm going to have to empty all these off and then start putting them on there. I've got these ones on the floor that sort of started sorting. I think there's Arrested Condition True Fox, but I think I might have put some other ones on there. I've got ones on there as well. I've got one down there on the floor. Obviously the ones upstairs as well, which need to come down, which I haven't watched, or will come down when I have watched them. And I've got my windows there as well. Those aren't all of them. I've got some more to come down. But that's what I decided to do. I think I'll stick with that. So it's a little bit of work. So I might just use the top one there. I mean, I've got the arrow there, or then I've got Master Cinema and stuff like that, but I haven't got a room for all of them behind there. So I might take up 2 shelves there. Obviously, the Ghibli behind there. I'll keep those there and stuff. So I'll probably have 2-3 shelves just for these sort of releases. Then I will put the rest on the other shelves. But yeah, also I'll have to empty all these off and then put them on there. So, like, for instance, I've got Ultimate Born there. So I mean, that would normally be under U for Ultimate, but it's a Bourne thing, so I kind of probably will keep that with the Bourne films. And then things like Lost World, Jurassic Park, I mean, that would be under L, but then in Jurassic Park. So I kind of would want to keep that with Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, because, as I said, it's a part of a franchise. So what I had done originally was sorting these out. I did sort of separate some franchises out, like Mission Impossibles and things like that. Back to the Futures. Then things like Barbara, it's one film, I've got 2 steelbooks for that. So it would kind of make sense to keep those together. So it's kind of having to remember which ones I've got one or more than one steelbook of and trying to keep them together. Either I'm going to have to do that for everything, because there's no point just saying, like See It Bad, as I mentioned earlier, I'll keep those ones together, but then I've got 2 for Whiplash, I might have a normal one and a 4K one, and normal Blu-ray release and a 4K release. And if I don't keep that together, then it kind of messes things up. But yeah, so it'll help take some sorting. It kind of helps as well. I've got things by studio, so I can sort of see easily at the moment when I've got more than one steelbook for the same film. But then, I think I've got 2 steelbooks District 9. I might have 2, I don't know, or some ones I have. That will be separate because it's the Project Pop Art one. So that won't go next to the one, but obviously some of the ones will. But yeah, that's what I plan to do. So I do want to, it's a big job, but once I've sort of got it started, then I'll know I am, and so it'll be probably, easier for me then to put stuff away in future. But yeah, I think what I'll probably do is put stuff on the floor here to sort it and then put it on the shelves. Then I won't have all these random steelbooks lying around on there. But, so I want to try and get it done as soon as possible, because it's a bit messy at the moment, and it's, I've got these doorbells in here as well, which I need to get shelves up to put those on. And I got other bits random here, so just trying to keep things for instance, got space there, my shameless tiles, so I might there might be things I can put in front in there that I can use that space in, because it's kind of not really ever going to fill that up, a whole 2 rows of shameless tiles, and kind of wasting shelf there. But anyway, that's what I plan to do. Probably then once I've done all this, I'll do another video just to show how it looks. So, I mean, I could take pictures of my steelbooks, but kind of a bit deceiving, because you can look at that and go, oh, there's the steelbooks there, but then I've got one on top at the moment, which I need to put room for, and then I've got obviously one behind, so it's kind of a deceiving. If you look at that, you think, oh, I mean, because funny enough, you then notice it, but there's actually 2 rows of steelbooks there. I mean, I can go to 3 if I wanted to. Obviously, if I'm just putting ones at the end, then I could do 3 rows, it's not a problem. But then having 3 rows means it's harder to get to ones at the back. So I don't really want to go to more than 2 rows, ideally, because otherwise I won't have to take off. So those are straight up, I'll take those off and take those off to get the ones behind it. It's just hassle, so I don't think I'll ever go to more than 2 rows. Unless probably I know, I'll say, oh, okay, I know I've seen all the, if I know ones I've seen, okay, I'll put those all at the back row, because I won't have to access those. You know, I've seen like, Team Wolf, although you get a Team Wolf off the shelf, I've seen it, so I can go at the back, and, you know, any of the T ones I've seen. And then the next row, like the second row, can be ones I haven't seen, and on to the third row, so I can get to those easier. But I'll see. I mean, I have freed up a lot of space as well, getting rid of duplicates of normal releases, so I've got space elsewhere if I need to. For instance, I can move some of these into the part of the room if I need to. I've created space. But yeah, that's all to be decided at a later date. So I'll leave it as that. I've got some more videos. I'll probably shoot another one now. Whether I upload it as well at the same time, I don't know. I tend to just upload videos when I film them or when I get into it. I used to have a sort of schedule, but I just decided to get them up there so I know it's up there and I don't have to wait a week to remember to upload it or something. But yeah, that's it for now. Until my next video, thanks for watching.